Hello and welcome back to another 1001 Beers You Must Try Before You Die. I'm here to review my first beer from New Zealand, which is very exciting, and didn't have to go very far from it for it. It was on the shelf in the Grumpy Goats beer shop in Reading. This first brewed in 2011. It's 7%, and it's Saison Sauvin Ale by Wired Brewery or Brewing Co. I don't even think I've ever had a beer actually brewed in New Zealand before, let alone actually review one. So this should be interesting. New Zealand obviously doesn't really have any traditional styles that I'm aware of. This one says Saison is not a traditional style from New Zealand. Clearly, it says it's a story on the back. Saisons were traditionally brewed by Belgian and French farmers to provide refreshments to their labourers during harvest, back when water was generally undrinkable. These low-gravity beers were not so much about flavour, I'm sure, so I bet those hard-working, humble farmer brewers would be plenty surprised to learn that centuries later their style of brewing has come to be cherished by modern beer lovers and has inspired brewers from all over the world. As with all our beers, it's a very modern, new world interpretation of the style. We have used a farmhouse yeast, which provides a plethora of funky, earthy, very Belgian flavours. Love the use of the word plethora. From there, we have upped the ante a fair bit by doubling the amount of malt and have loaded the kettle with punchy Nelson Sauvin hops from good old New Zealand. So, Nelson Sauvin hops are very New Zealand. So that is kind of the thing about New Zealand is the hops, which are grown there. Let's have a look at the design. So I've read off the back. It's quite a plain design. It wouldn't necessarily be noticeable. It's got the wire here. Now, I'll tell you about the wire and why it's called Wired in a bit, because it explains. And it does say cheers from Søren Eriksen, the brewer, who is not from New Zealand. I think he's from Denmark. I'll tell you a bit about him shortly. So, first of all, though, let's crack this open and get the beer on the go. Now, oh, it's very, very fizzy. That's it. There we go. Nice little bottle cap there with the logo. Nice logo. It recommends sort of tulip glass. I've got a nice big tulip glass here. It's my Malbon's one. Almost certainly this will not be bottle conditioned, but let's find out. Pouring really, really nicely. Not bottle conditioned. There's no gunk in the bottom. I can drink that whole thing. Brilliant. Put that to one side. Right, let her just breathe for a minute. So this guy, the head brewer, Søren Eriksen, is so passionate about beer that he works for two beer brands. So he works both 8 Wired and... Oh, I see, right. He works as a brewer for the Renaissance Brewery in the South Island town of Blenheim, and when he's not working there, he's busy making beers under the 8 Wire brand at the same brewery. 8 Wire is a tribute to a specific gauge of wire that is used widely in New Zealand. And Eriksen sees it as representative as the can-do attitude of his adopted country. Okay. Bit about his history. He started homebrewing. So this is his take. Saison Sauvin is his take on the farmhouse beers of Wallonia, in northern France. He said, I simply took a little wort from our hop-wired IPA and fermented it with a French Saison yeast. Pilsner, aromatic, caramel malt, wheat and crystal malts go into the mash tun. It's a lot of different types of malt there. And the hops are Nelson Sauvin and a little Mateka. Okay, so you've got Mateka as well, which is also a New World kind of hop. So if we look at this... do the taste notes. I haven't done taste notes. Got carried away here. Gold-tinted amber colour with intense aromas of passion fruit, ripe peach and grape skin on the nose. There's classic Saison spices in the background. So, gold-tinted amber colour. It really is. It's a little bit hazy. It's fizzing away like Billy-O there. Let's go for the smell. Yeah, it smells lovely. Now, Saison is one of those beers which I'm never too sure about, but if it tastes anything like it smells, it's going to be really, really nice. It says the palate is dry and juicy, full of tropical fruit, alongside a peppery assertiveness for the dry and lasting finish. Well, let's give this a go. Cheers. Oh, that's really nice. Doesn't say anything like a Saison though. It tastes like a nice dry New Zealand pale ale. No, that's no criticism at all. It's still a lovely beer, and I don't care if you use saison yeast. I think, and he can call it whatever he wants. It's a great beer, really, really nice. Yeah, it has got this sort of pepperiness at the end. It is lovely though. I've got it chilled now. It's now winter here. It's come towards December here in Britain, and one of the benefits of that is I can now just instead of having to store my beers in the fridge for reviewing, I can just leave them outside. So they sit in my wood store outside. And this one's nicely chilled. It's not overly chilled, it's just right for drinking inside. That is a decent beer. As I say, not really saison as I expect it, but it is nice and smooth. Really sort of peachy tropical fruit. It's really very crisp as well. Crispness, I think not Christmas, but not there yet. Crispness from, I think from a lot of the carbonation, you get that kind of cold crispness from fizzy beer. It's not hard, the head is very light, so I've just been drinking through this head. Other beers have had where the head has billowed up like that. It's very hard to get through the head. This is very, very light. The beer just goes very, very cleanly through it like a knife. Super beer. Really, really nice. I would definitely, if I see anything else by 8 Wired, I'm definitely going to give them a go. Is there anything else in the book by 8 Wired? I don't know, actually. I would hope so. Because it would seem a shame to only do one beer by them. No, just the one. Okay, well, I'm really lucky this is the one beer they had, and it's in the local beer shop. I didn't have to go to New Zealand to get it. That was a real boon. I don't know how they got hold of it, but assuming there are other New Zealand beers imported. If at least this one gets imported, more must be imported. Oh, it doesn't taste like 7% either. Tastes like 4. Right, I'm not going to rush this. I'm going to go away and drink the rest of this, but I'm going to sip it because it's not a sipping beer by any way. I just don't want to rush it because it's really, really nice. So I'll leave you with that. That's 8 Wired Saison Sauvin Ale. If you're watching this in Reading, they do sell these in the Grumpy Gate. Go and buy one. They're super tasty. Not like Saisons at all. Just really nice. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for another beer review very, very soon.